Hello, Spooky Fam. Welcome to True Horrors. On tonight's episode, we will be talking about the 1932 unsolved case of the Atlas vampire. And I just want to say that if you are somebody that is into horror, true crime, weird theories, and oddities, and you're basically the weird kid growing into a weird adult, consider subscribing and joining our Spooky Fam. That is what they have dubbed themselves all these years. And it just stuck. And check out all the links down below. I greatly appreciate it. So in tonight's story, I believe that this case would have been solved if they had the modern technologies of today. But in that time period, they did not have like the whole DNA thing, technologies and stuff available to them yet. So when I first read this, I was like, damn, that would have been solved like pronto in today's day and age. So it's interesting to see how many of these unsolved crimes just went unsolved just due to lack of technology. Anyway, let's get into it. So our victim is Lily, and she was 32 years old. She was a call girl. She had her clients come to her apartment, and she was found murdered on March 4th, 1932. Now, what's interesting is that at her crime scene, the detectives found very little blood. Her clothes were neatly folded on a chair next to the bed. It was a brutal scene. She had blunt force trauma to the head. She had weird saliva marks all over and weird marks all over her. And there was a blood-stained, ladle left behind. This made people go, what? Because as violent of a crime and the scene that it looked, it was kept very neat and very tidy. And they didn't really know too much about it. They did believe that the murderer was drinking her blood or somehow drained her of blood and took her blood elsewhere. I would think that would be a lot of a headache to do, but hey, whatever. I don't know. So here are some crime facts. Minnie was the neighbor, and Lily used to always go to her apartment asking for protection for her clients and her, and it wasn't unusual for her to not knock every day for him. So, yeah, I know. I have to word this crime very kindly, weirdly, sensory, I don't know, so I don't get dinged. But anyway, Minnie was the last one to see her, and she thought it was weird that she didn't come during her usual time to be like, hey, I need condoms, bro. So she alerted the police, and that's when they went ahead and found her. The thing that they also noticed was that the decomp on her suggested she had been dead for a couple days. So they don't know what the hell was really going on. It's kind of weird, but she had been dead for a few days before the body was found. So I don't know, when I was researching this, it said Minnie alerted the police right away, but how could she alert them right away if Lily was almost always at her door asking for condoms? Like, did she not report it right away? Like, did she just give it a little bit? I mean, I don't know. So that's a little bit hazy in my research. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. My life has been crazy, so I could have. For the suspects, there were 9 men that they thought were the murderer. They were clients of Lily, and they were all released. They did not find probable cause for any of them, nor did they think any of them was capable of being the murderer, and they never unsealed the names of the suspects. So to this day, people have no idea who the heck these gentlemen were. My guess is that these names, to be sealed like that, probably weren't your average man. They would have to be somebody of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. You know what I mean, though. Higher up in society. I don't see any other reason why they wouldn't be like, hey, this is a suspect, blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, we've seen it in other cases that we've talked about in Unsolved. And they usually list the suspects and then list when they've been found innocent and stuff like that. But this one, no, absolutely nothing. And what they figured out about the killer, like I mentioned before, was the tidiness kind of stuck out. And they feel like this person, like, attacked Lily in a lust-filled rage. So, I don't know, maybe just things got more wild than they thought they should have been. Now, there are two theories, and it's not enough to make a episode of Weird Theories, so we're going to go over them here. The first theory is that the killer was a cop itself, and they say this because of how the crime scene was left. The person left little to no evidence in their times. And I say that again because obviously in today, saliva, the blood on the ladle, fingerprinting, all that kind of stuff. This would have definitely been a solved crime in today's day and age. So it's either a cop because they, you know, cleaned up the scene to make it look like nothing, or, you know, they just wanted to send their cop buddies on a wild goose chase. And then there was another theory where it was actually a legit vampire from, like, Inner Earth or something like that. I saw one theory that said Inner Earth, and then other ones just said a normal vampire that walks among us and that kind of stuff. So the thing is, these bizarre cases were, like, very common back then. Especially call girls, sex workers, all that in general were victims of really, really crazy crimes back then. And a lot of them were not documented. If this murderer got away, I'm pretty sure Lily wasn't the only victim. It's just the only documented one that we have. And it's really weird because all the evidence and such is in a museum. It's in a museum. You can go see it. I think that's weird because it's not, like, something that I'd want to see. Like, why would you want to go see a bunch of used condoms and, like, vials and stuff? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe some people want to see that. But you would think by now, like, maybe they would, like, try to close the case like they do with other ones that they have been doing. Like, on other channels I've been seeing, like, unsolved crimes that have been solved due to, like, they retest evidence and stuff like that with modern tech. So that would be interesting. Or maybe they just love the fact that it's one of those lores, I guess. So, yeah, that's our True Horrors episode for today. I will have Weird Theories on Thursday. We are talking Manson family, and specifically Charles Manson and everything. And, yeah, we're going to get that up. And be sure to check my Twitter after Weird Theories gets posted, because I will post a poll for you to vote on what other weird theories you would like to discuss. And, yeah, check my Patreon. There's some fancy stuff there for everybody and fun stuff, and it would really mean a lot to support Desdemona Productions. And yeah, that's about it. I gotta go. The voices are like being all like, girl, you need food before you pass out. So, this school is gonna go get some brains. Nom nom nom. You have a good one. Bye bye.